Great rising, Facebook. Great rising. I am late because I tell y'all I could not get in again. No. I could not get into Facebook Live. I don't have that problem with YouTube because I uploaded. Yes, I think you gotta have like 2,000-3,000 people. And as I said, if y'all like, copy, and share, and subscribe, that's a possibility. But if not, oof. Wow. So yesterday, I signed out of Facebook. I signed back in, and the live was there. So I'm like, fine. I didn't post about it. Oh, we got the live back, anything. So this morning, I went to bed last night. The live was there. I woke up this morning. I checked it. The live was there. I came down here to put on the live. No live icon. No live icon. So I logged out of Facebook. And I logged back in. And no icon. I'm asking them to send a code so I can change my password to my computer, to my phone. Nothing. Nothing is going out. So you know what I'll be doing today. Then I said, well, let me just go ahead and log back in with my password. And I logged back in and the live was there. So great risings. Let me see. R-A, Rizin, I-S-I-N-G-S. Great risings. Okay? It works. So, how y'all doing? I tell you. I think it's something. Hold on, y'all. I gotta get water. I hope y'all have water too, you know. It is summertime out here. It's humid. It's muggy. I was tired until I couldn't get in Facebook. Then I had to pull out my little reserve energy. I like walking slow. I like the way my ankles look. I always had little tiny ankles to support this whole big body. And I think I'm like an ankle person because I looked at people's ankles, men, women, doesn't matter. You got an ankle, I look. And I do like small ankles, but small ankles appropriate to the body. When I was a child, I used to always twist my ankle, sprain my ankle, do something because it was so little. And then I remember when that high blood pressure thing I told you all about, the thing that the lady looked at me and she said, "You have such little ankles." And I was like, man. I mean, I do the weightlifts, I do everything, and guess what I found out that's making my ankles thicker? Walking slow on this treadmill. Yes. The ankles are, I don't know, I guess that whole muscle thing, it must come down to like the Achilles and around the front. I remember as a kid we had dictionaries. We didn't have the internet. We had dictionaries. And we had Britannicas. No, we had Encyclopedia Britannicas. And my mother, she took her money and she ordered those Britannicas and she scraped and she scraped and she scraped to get the whole set. Yeah. And I remember sitting down going to the Britannicas. Mine was the anatomy. I loved the anatomy part with the bodies and all that. And that's what I remember as a kid. Maybe she only had one. Maybe she only had 8. I'm trying to think of what else did I look up that I could think of. Maybe I thought she had the whole thing. But I know I loved anatomy. And they had this sheet where, it's like 4 sheets where it made the whole human body. So the first part would be the top layer, which is the skin. You turn that page. And then underneath it, it would be like, I think the muscles and stuff. Then you turn the page. And then it would go to the circulatory with all the veins and stuff. And then you would turn that page. And then it would be the skeletoid. And they were all like really thin. I can't think of the name right now. So when you put them all together, it was a human skin, da da da. And I just remember being fascinated with anatomy. I remember this one. I should be ashamed, but I was a little girl, and maybe all I know little boys are. Maybe not all little girls. Yo, I want to say squeeze your stomach, but it is hot, y'all. It is hot. So I'm not putting all that stress on walking. Just the fact that we walking is number one. I go more into dieting now. You know, we're not going to eat heavy anyway. Because it's summer. So it all works out. I remember they had this one about how your anal canal works. And they use these little men. And they had these little men in the anal canal. And they were pushing the poop. And then the poop, you can see like the poop coming out of anal, anal opening. And that tickled me. So for a long time, every time I went to the bathroom, I thought that maybe little men were inside pushing my poopy out. Right. Oh, Great Risings, Canada. Great Risings. Great Risings. I didn't tag anybody because that would have taken a lot of time. And isn't it strange? I told y'all, I said to y'all, in the 6th month of exercising, stuff starts going wrong, haywire, all distractions, all deterrents to stop me. But I choose life. And as long as I choose life, you can't stop me. I choose life. As those Mormons said, I will myself life. So we are in the last month of the 6th month. For 6 months, they thrown everything at us to stop us from waking. Not everything, because there's still more stuff to throw. But we have persevered. That's the word. We have persevered. We're in our 6th month. I'm sorry I didn't tag y'all. I just wanted to come live. I will take care. I see there's a problem. So I may have to just plug up my password, download a whole bunch of stuff on Facebook. Take snapshots of y'all, people that I friend, so I can send you out notices and stuff like that. But maybe it won't come to that. Maybe they'll just let me change the password. But it's going to be a process, I feel, because I'm not computer savvy. You know? But we don't miss a day. You know, so y'all know I'm on. If I didn't tag y'all, you say, oh, let me look and see if Vicky's on. Unless I'm on some obscure channel or I'm not even possibly on at all. Woo! I gotta wait till it's all done, go under my name and see if the walk even took. Wow. When you're going for a goal or you're going for something, my grandma used to say, that's how you know you're on the right path. When all this stuff comes in to stop you. You know? And I'm walking, so I'm not saying this for me. But if you walk with me, and I'm your motivation, you understand what I'm saying? You got to pull that motivation for yourself. You have to say, well, I've been walking with Vicky for 6 months, so I'm going to continue to walk. I know she's walking. I can't see her right now, you know, but I know she's walking, so it's no big deal. Do your little half hour, which is fast. We're coming up on 10 minutes already. 10 minutes already. Drink water, y'all. Or as I used to say to John, drink your oxygen. Drink your oxygen. So this is what I had in my mind to tell you before I came downstairs. See, we had 10 minutes already, so the walk is almost over. So I was going to tell you all about when I volunteered. Just over the years, I've been seeing such disrespect for our military men in service and veterans. And I really couldn't understand why until I came across something. I could have read it, I could have heard it. And they said that our military now, I read it, is more like security guards around the world. Like now the majority of them are working with the Arabs, with the oil-rich stuff, and that was through Trump. So it's not protecting the country. It's not from shore to shore. So when I read that article, and now it's coming back to me, I posted it on my Facebook page. I said to myself, and I said, a lot of military people know that. Now that, quite some time they've been dying, but it has been for corporate advancement. Not to protect America, not to protect Americans, but to protect the wealthy's wealth. To help the rich get richer. And you die. And then they treat you like crap. So I couldn't understand, why are they treating the military like crap? They're protecting our shores. They're protecting the people. They're protecting, the embassies around the world. We got, helping. Why? Why is America treating its veterans like crap? So then I had to go back. I had to think back to when I volunteered at the Veterans Administration Hospital. This was in the early 70s. Now, the majority of the World War I and the World War II vets, majority of them were Caucasian, and they were mostly racist. Though they were the ones that would cuss me out when I came in to bring them ice. Or those who couldn't feed themselves, and when I was assigned to feed them, and I had to take a few derogatory name calling. But in my mind, I'm like, he's a veteran, we ain't gonna sweat it. And that's World War I and World War II veterans. Now, the ones who were fatherly to me were the Korean War veterans and the Vietnam veterans. But there was a difference. They didn't even put them in the room together. Maybe because of the age differences. But the World War I and II veterans, they were proud. They helped save and protect, because Hitler, you had Japan, you had Russia running around doing all the stuff that I think, the USA is being steered towards. And they were really proud. The Korean War veterans and the Vietnam veterans, not at all. It's like they realized that was all a corporate move. they realize that their lives have been, they put their lives on the line for corporate wars. But that's what they were saying here in the 60s when they were protesting. They said the Vietnam War was for-profit wars. So now, according to that article, they said we're already at 15 minutes. What we going on? Just drink your water. I'll promote my book at the end. So I think that now those were also the veterans. The Korean War veterans, I remember, they were in there for like, illnesses with age, as was the World War I and World War II veterans. It's just age and sickness. But the the Vietnam veterans, the ones that I took care of, they were all in traction. They all tried to commit suicide in one form or another. Throwing themselves off a ship, throwing themselves off a building, literally running out in front of a car. And the reason why I knew that, because they were all in traction. And I had to go in there and I had to feed them. And I had to give water and hold a straw for them and the whole... And so eventually when it got better, they would start talking to me, even though I was just a teenager. I was the only one there. And so I was like, even back then, I would go home and I was like, wow, what's such a great difference? Why is that World War I veteran laying and saying, oh, America saved, no. And that World War II veteran said, oh, and America saved, and we saved, and that Korean War veteran is like, I was in the service. That Vietnam veteran is like, I was goddamn used. And I think these veterans now, you're being used. That's why they don't want to give you, that's why they're closing the Veterans Administration hospitals. They know it. They know it's not for protection of country and stuff like that. They know they're using you as a security guard. Ask the security guard how much respect they get. Don't they call them wannabe cops? Right now you're not soldiering, you're security guarding. But you got a gun. And you will give up your life to make sure those Arabs always keep their money and keep their oil. Because that's what you're doing now. So when you come back, that's how the government is treating you. So now, for me, it makes perfect sense because I couldn't understand it. I couldn't understand the blatant disrespect, no programs for them, shutting all the Veterans Administration hospitals. I think that one time they were trying to get the veterans to the fact that they can go to other hospitals because they want to close down all the Veterans Administration hospitals. And I'm like, what is going on? These are proud people who protect us, who protect the country. And so why are they doing it? Why are these rich politicians and the likes and millionaires and stuff, why are they treating the veterans like that? And I'm like, oh, they're glorified security guards. So if you don't have no job, and you can't find one out here, which you should be able to, but if you think going in the military is something you want to do, go in with that understanding. You're not saving America. Because the fight within America now is internal. Because eventually, if we don't get this straight, we're going to be from World War I and World War II, the Japanese, the Russians, the Germans, the French. That's going to be us rolled up in one. And then when you go out fighting, you're going to be going out there fighting literally to kill, like the Vietnam War. You weren't saving nothing from nobody. You wasn't saving nothing in the Vietnam War. It was the worst thing I think America ever did to its citizens. When you read about the history of it and how it came, it's nothing but money behind it. Money. And there's a lot of brains. Remember Pinky and the Brains? And the Pinky said, what? That's Brain. What are you going to do tomorrow, Brain? And he said, try to take over the world. There are people out there like that. If you just keep calling Hitler, so you think it's only one person. There are people out there like that. And there's people in this country right now that's like that. There is a mad geek there's a mad, wealthy, extremely wealthy computer geek that is more than ready to take over the world. Because he did everything else. That's the only thing he hasn't done. And he has enough money to do that. Over there killing little African kids with all kind of stuff. Trying to find a way to shield out the sun. Everything. There are people out there like that. And then you would just become a pawn. And that's what our military is. So I'm sorry. I am sorry. But when you go to serve now, you're not saving the world. If there's a war, you're on the side of the prophet. You're over there profiteering. Even though we got out of Afghanistan, we had BlackRock, those companies with the contractors. They can go over there and come back with thousands of millions of dollars, but it was all very limited to whites. The military are the minorities. And then you see how disrespected you were with 45? He said you can serve and put your life on the line, but you will not be made an American citizen. That was the ultimate. And I kept saying, why is he saying that? Why is he doing that? Well, we don't want no gays, and we don't want... And I'm like, why are you doing it? I was like, oh my God, you're corporate security guards. They don't want that in the corporate security guard business. The military takes everyone to fight and protect itself. The corporate guards, they don't need that. So the Army is the corporate guards. The Navy is the corporate guards. The Air Force for the corporations. And if you notice, for a long time, they wouldn't let black people in the Navy, and when they did, because I met this guy who told me his Navy stories. He said when they needed to have the boat cleaned on the outside in the ocean, there was always black people who was out there. They was drowning, killing, leaving them right out there. Horrible experience in the Navy. So once they started letting us in, we became fish bait. I'm realizing now, we're just going to do walking today. I'm realizing this is our 6th month. As I get to the end of the month, I really feel it. And you can go back and look at the other tapes. Go up like maybe 2 days before the end of the month. I do. It's like the whole month. Everything, it just weighs on me, I think. So we're just walking. If you want to grab your weights, do it. And also the fact that I didn't tag anybody, so I'm not really obligated. Whew. Diane's not here, so I don't have to do the finger stuff, which helps her want to do her finger stuff. I didn't tag Catherine, so, no shoulder stuff. So today's just a nice walk. But I think you should know when you go into the service, all this for God and country? No. When it was God and country, we wanted every able person who could serve to protect us. But now, you're just corporate security guards. And corporate security guards don't want no gays. And the way they've been killing women on those military bases, don't want no women. They want the Aryans to go out there and protect those people who's paying the price. But they said that, like Arabia and with the Emirates and stuff like that, is paying us billions of dollars for our military. 45 spoke about it himself. So now you know the truth. So when you sign up for military, it's just like a regular job. Listen, when you go sign up for a job, if it's the security office, say that you go walk in the block, and it's the security guard office, will put you in the department stores and stuff like that here in the United States, or the military that sends you overseas to do your security guard stuff. And choose wisely. You want to see the world and be a security guard? Go for the military. They'll take you all over the place. And when you die, you're not going to die for the honor of the country, the great of the country. You're going to die because the security guards died. You're protecting wealth, you're protecting property, you're protecting people, and they get shot. Security guards get beat up and stuff all the time. But when you get back, don't think that you're going to get that military thing, because I'm not saying that you can see it right in front of you. You're not going to get the housing for soldiers and veterans. You're not going to get all that. Because now, what you're signing on to is security guard work. And security guards don't get that stuff. They don't get it. Security guards do not get housing. All these perks. You're going to be finding out soon. You're going to be losing your veteran loan. You're going to be, because you're not, you're being used to protect the wealthy and the wealthy nations and the wealthy countries. Because everybody else needs to keep their own security to protect themselves, because y'all know, y'all taught me about World War I and World War II. I wasn't here. So you know. So just choose wisely. You ain't gonna get all those perks that they say, all that military stuff, that's B and all the S. That was the past, that was them when they was fighting for God and country. But now you're just fighting for corporate money and corporate takeover. And billionaires. Billionaires and foreign countries who have billionaires, instead of feeding the people, will throw it on our military might to help them go after another country. You see? You're not breaking up nothing and nothing like that. You're just going in to help another country fight to get more land for their wealthy. So that's why they're closing the Veterans Administration's hospitals. And that's why they don't want no gays, they don't want no women, poor women are dying all over the place on the military bases. And I'm saying y'all need to stay home and become security guards. Because being a security guard overseas, international stuff like that, apparently they don't want that. They don't want gays and they don't want women. It's a whole different thing. They're fighting, like I said, for capitalism and corporate greed. But they will make it look like you're fighting to save us. Because billionaires got enough money to start enough shit and got enough money for advertisement. Before you know it, we'll be all riled up. Yes, they will bomb the World Trade Center. Oh, they already did that. Oh, my bad. The new World Trade Center, they will drop bombs You saw what the president did? He, in order to do a photo op, he maced rubber bullet everybody to get out of his way so he can go do a photo op. That's what our military does. So, anyway, y'all, I was out there messing with those dogs too before I came down here and started walking. So, this is the middle of, we did it, y'all. Oh, I started late. Well, I started late, but the time was right. Out there messing around with them dogs. Oh, then wipe myself out. This walk has been brought to you by, I like to say yes. Keep the word yes in your child's vocabulary by reading I like to say yes to your child. You can order from Barnes & Nobles, Archway Publishing, and Amazon. And I'm going to take care of the whole problem with Facebook. Do what I have to do. And YouTube, you'll be great. I'm going to go upstairs and upload that. And thanks for walking with me. YouTube, I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, subscribe. Hit the bell. Thank you.